The world is sound asleep and too afraid of what might show up while you're dreaming. Nobody sees you. Nobody will believe you. And every day you try to pick up all the pieces, all the memories. Listen.
Alright, my fault. I'm just looking at the lesson. My fault. A lot of you haven't like really given me a topic, so I mean I have a topic in mind, but let me just introduce myself. So welcome to the first actual preaching ever. My name is Xenon. But you can call me Young Pastor of Houston. That's what a lot of people are calling me these days, just because of my background. A little bit about me. Excuse me if I sound a little weird because I'm a little sick. Just a little bit about me. I am 19 years of age. I work for Sprint Corporation, so basically like the cell phone, you can see the banner right next to me. I go to College of Biblical Studies in downtown Houston, and I'm majoring in organizational leadership and minoring in pastoral ministries. A little bit about me. I like movies and stuff like that. I'm like a huge movie critic. I'm not all about just Christian movies as well, but I like that. I like listening to a lot of Christian music. That's just me. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. I'm very laid back. I'm not easily as tempered as I used to be. But enough about me. So today's preaching really will be just about wisdom in general. So wisdom, it really falls, the best book of the Bible to refer to when it comes to wisdom is the book of Proverbs. Now, I've been in a young adults class at church, and when I go to that young adults class, that's like my favorite place to go because I can, relate to other adults. I love to actually see what other adults are going through in their life, and how do I surpass what they're going through, And my uncle actually runs the young adults class as well. So, man, they really don't tell you how awkward this is when you're just talking to a camera. But so that's basically just me. That's my life. Whoa. So, I mean, the young adults class was recently just formed. The young adults class is basically in the church, The Great I Am Houston. I'll be putting that address in the description below. If you are a young adult out there that is seeking wisdom and seeking guidance, I will definitely put that in there for you, along with my email. Yeah, it was just recently formed, and we have been studying the book of Proverbs for a good 24 weeks. And every meeting that we've had, we've read the first, like, every chapter of that book. So that being the case, so when it comes to Proverbs, let's actually pull up Proverbs for a good minute. We're just gonna go over one chapter. If you guys want to, continue, just let me know in the comment section below, and we can go from there. So one version I do actually recommend that you download is the NLT version. It's Proverbs 1 NLT. NLT is New Living Translation. So New Living Translation, that is basically one of the top-notch, straight to the point. You won't have to guess what the Bible is really telling you, but it's one of those versions really that actually help you understand the Bible a lot much more than the other ones, in my opinion. So when you got that pulled up, and you could also download the YouVersion Bible app. It's for free. They're not going to charge you or anything like that. And also the version is for free as well, NLT. So, Proverbs chapter 1, the purpose of Proverbs. Chapter 1 states, I'm going to just read the whole book. These are the Proverbs of Solomon, David's son, king of Israel. Their purpose is to teach people wisdom and discipline, to help them understand the insights of the wise. Their purpose is to teach people to live disciplined and successful lives, to help them do what is right, just, and fair. These proverbs will give insight to the simple, knowledge and discernment to the young. Let the wise listen to these proverbs and become even wiser. Let those with understanding receive guidance. By exploring the meaning in these proverbs and parables, the words of the wise and their riddles. Fear of the Lord is the foundation of true knowledge. Can we stop there for a minute? Now, a lot of people come up and do tell me, right? That's not even the whole verse, but I just got to stop there for a minute. When it says fear of the Lord is the foundation. Now, a lot of people do come and tell me, yo, how do I get right with God? No, it's not about getting right with God. It's like, how has your foundation been with the Lord in the first place? Now, I have always been a person that, like, before I've came to this state of mine, I was not always a full Christian. I was always, I was a boxer, a street fighter, and I was always fighting for money. Now, my relationship with God was nowhere near where it is today. So, when I say your foundation, I mean, have you really thought about giving your life to the true Creator? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrifice, what your wantings are, really, to go ahead and give it to, give your life to the Lord? Like, are you ready to let your life, be changed? And a lot of people aren't ready for it, because change won't happen overnight. It didn't happen with me that way. Change won't happen overnight. And you just really have to ask yourself, is my foundation with God where it needs to be today? Have I done everything? And nobody's going to be perfect, 100%. That's a known fact. No one's going to be perfect. I'm not perfect at all. We all make mistakes every day of our lives. So, you have to really ask yourself, am I really ready to make this commitment? Am I ready to go ahead and put on the shield? Not really the shield, but like, are you ready to take that risk and ready to become a Christian? That's what you have to ask yourself, really. And when it says foundation, like I said, that's like, are you ready to go ahead and give your life to God? That's what foundation means. And when it says fear of the Lord does not mean like, no, you're not supposed to be scared of God. No, we want your love. Like, God wants your love. God doesn't want He doesn't want you to be afraid of Him. No. When it says fear of the Lord, the love for God is your foundation. The love for God is your foundation. Let's continue. Fear of the Lord is the foundation of true knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. Now, fools, let me tell you something. I know a bunch of them. My sister comes home the other day and she was telling me, some kids kids these days are in high school. They're not thinking straight. I mean, you're young and dumb, so I also try to eliminate her from those situations, but, even sometimes the younger ones don't want to listen to what we have to say, so also keep that in mind. My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instructions. Now, let me tell you this. Like, before, I know a bunch of people that are watching this know me already, but me and my mother did not have such a great relationship at the time. And that was probably a good... We were just restored our relationship probably like a year and a half ago. And that was because I used to live in New York City, for those who don't know. And my story really is that I was born and raised in New York City, and my mom and I had had spoken that she had wanted to move to Texas and stuff like that. And I wasn't ready for it. I already had so much at home that, I wasn't ready to take that leap, if you would say. Um, then she and I made a deal that after high school, we would move, and then I was okay with that. But then, things, didn't happen that way, and ever since then, me and my mom have never seen eye to eye ever since then. Um, so that's what led me to go street fighting and stuff like that because I was so neglectful and I didn't want to listen to anything that my parents had to say, because if if you figure you know it all and you're on your own, you get that. Um, what you learn from them will crown you with grace and be a chain of honor around your neck. So that kind of leads back to like the Ten Commandments. Um, Let me repeat that verse again. What you learn from them will crown you with grace and be a chain of honor around your neck. So that kind of falls back to the Ten Commandments, and that one of those 10, I don't know which order it is, sadly, but when it says honor your mother and your father, that's actually, falling on that. It's telling you when you honor your mother, you actually go ahead and you have a chain of honor around your neck. So you're honoring your mother, you actually have a chain of honor. My child, if sinners entice you, I'm sorry, if sinners entice you, turn your back on them. So that's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, if sinners come in, try to entice you, meaning like they try to influence you in any way, shape, or form, turn your back. If you know those people are not going to get you to where you need to be today spiritually, you turn your back on them. I can say that with full confidence because that's what I have done as a Christian man. They may say, "Come and join us. Let's hide and kill someone just for fun. Let's ambush the innocent. Let's swallow them alive like a grave. Let's swallow them whole like those who go down to the pit of death. Think of the great things we'll get. We'll fill our houses with all the stuff we can take. Come throw in your lot with us. We shall share the loot. My child, don't go along with them. Stay far away from their paths. They rush to commit evil deeds. They hurry to commit murder. If a bird sees a trap being set, it knows to stay away. But these people set an ambush for themselves. They are trying to get themselves killed. Such is this fate of all who are greedy for money. It robs them of life." So there you have it. So that's only that was just verse 19. We have like 10 more verses to go. And verse 19, like, that's just basically telling you, don't set yourself up, I could tell you for a fact, I know a kid that actually, that recently went into jail. And the reason for it is because he went and followed some people, drug dealers, and they were caught by the police. And not only that, but they had just robbed a bank. They actually had robbed a bank and they're charged with grand larceny. So I mean, what happened was really that they went up to the nearest bank, had ski masks and everything. It was on the local news and everything. And next thing you know, one of them got caught. I guess they took the mask off too early. They got a facial ID. They knew the person was on the most wanted list, and next thing you know, the whole SWAT team is in front of my neighborhood looking for them. And that being the case, long story short, don't do anything that that is not going to benefit you, that is not going to help you get to what you need to be spiritually. Wait a second. So let's get back into it real quick. Okay. So verse 20, wisdom shouts in the streets. She cries out in the public square. She calls to the crowds along the main street. To those gathered in front of the city gate, how long, you simpletons, will you sit on being simple-minded? How long will you mockers relish your mocking? How long will you fools hate knowledge? Come and listen to my counsel. I'll share my heart with you and make you wise. I call you so often, but you wouldn't. I called you so often, but you wouldn't come. I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered. So I will laugh when you are in trouble. I will mock you when disaster overtakes you. When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster engulfs you like a cyclone, and anguish and distress overwhelm you. When they cry for help, I will not answer. Though they anxiously search for me, they will not find me. So that being the case, God, what's being wrote here is that if you know you're doing wrong, right? Because you have those people that are just like, you have those people that are mainly, they say they're Christian, but then they know what they're doing is wrong, and then when they know they're in trouble, that's when they go to God for help. Like you're talking, these people don't pray for weeks, don't go to church every so often, but they still consider themselves Christian. Um, and then once they're in trouble, it's like, oh God, please help me. No, it doesn't work that way. What God is telling you is right here in this past couple of scriptures here, is basically that if you know it's not going to benefit your life and you know you're setting yourself up for trouble, why do it in the first place? And God is not going to answer to that. For simpletons turn away from me. Oh, wait, hold up. No, wrong one. Give me 1 second. For they hated knowledge and chose not to fear the Lord. They rejected my advice and paid no attention when I corrected them. Therefore, they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way. For simpletons turn away from me to death. Fools are destroyed by their own complacity. I'm sorry. Complacity. I don't know. But all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear or harm. That's the end of that chapter. Just to sum up, I basically read and explained everything. Just honestly, if this is your first time like watching a Christian video, I would just say, give your life to God. Honestly, God will help you with whatever situation that God has done so much in my life. I have a great job, I have great parents, and now 2019 is the year that I promised everybody I will come and do these videos, because a lot of people have asked me like, dude, I need you to put something up, like I need guidance. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't so sure about it, but it's such an amazing experience once you feel like you're being taken care of when you do the right things in your life. It's an unexplainable feeling. And just to sum up everything, what God is helping you, this is like a book, like a manual for your life, really. And this chapter that we just read, it's an amazing chapter. It's just the start. It's like the spark that you need to go ahead and start your life over. If you haven't done so already, I would say, for the first time, just get on your knees and pray. Just pray to God. Come to Him and just be like, God, I want you to show me. And if you don't really believe what I'm saying, I want you to go ahead and tell the air, show me that you're real. Show me that you're real. And God will show Himself to you in ways that you will not even understand how. So I'm just gonna say a quick prayer and get this over. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for giving me the knowledge and the wisdom to create this video. I actually ask those who are I ask that for those who are watching, that you may guide them, bless them, and that you may help those who are new believers watching this video. Help them gain your experience, Father. Help them gain experience in ministry, and bring them to church as well, Father. And I ask that you may help them in their new lives, Father. And I ask that, may the new videos that come out in this channel, that they will be awesome, and that, people will enjoy them. And Father, I ask you as well that you please watch everyone, and that you will bless their lives, Father.
Look down from a broken sky, traced out by the city lights. My world from a mile high, best seat in the house tonight. Touchdown in the cold black top, hold on for the sudden stop. Breathing the familiar shock of confusion and chaos. All those people going somewhere, why have I never cared? Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give me your love for humanity. Give me your arms for the broken-hearted, the ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me your heart for the ones forgotten. Give me your eyes so I can see, yeah.